Today is my husband's birthday, so I'm gonna make him a Jurassic World cake. I just got back from Michael's. I bought a bunch more fondant stuff. I spent like $100 on supplies, but I'm having so much fun making cakes for everyone that I will definitely be using these more. I got the huge rolling pin because I am going to try to completely cover a round cake with one sheet. And so you need a huge rolling pin for that. And then the smoother, and just, I'm going to make leaves on this cake. And then I want to spell out Jurassic World. So I got the lettering kit. So, and I have some other Wilton supplies from the last couple cakes. And then I bought fondant. Last video I said I was gonna try to make fondant, but I don't have time. Today is his birthday. I want this done within 2 hours, hopefully, because we have some stuff we wanna do. There is a dinosaur exhibit in town this weekend, so we want to go see that. And oh, and I also bought, I'll show you when I get to that part. Since I don't trust my sculpting abilities, I did buy some Lego Jurassic World dinosaurs to put on top of the cake. So first thing, well, last night I baked the cakes because remember I want them completely cold. I don't want them warm at all. It's just you don't want a warm cake when you put icing on it. And then so I made the cakes last night, and then I'm getting ready to make the buttercream, and then I will show you how I decorate it. All right, I am making a 2-layer yellow cake. I did trim off some of this top up here just with a knife. This is just like, you know, the outer layer from baking. I am going to put strawberry jelly on this, so I want the jelly to soak in. So my husband really loves strawberry. And so I made the strawberry jelly a couple weeks ago, and so I am just going to do a layer, and I kind of want it to soak in, and that's why I got rid of that brown. So that way when he, like, you know, we cut into the cake, you got this nice nice red layer. And this is, remember, this is a dinosaur, so kind of, you know, look like the cake's bleeding a little. Because dinosaurs, you know, bite people and stuff. Now I'm really just doing it because my husband loves strawberry. And his mom used to always make him a cake with a strawberry layer. And since this jelly turned out awesome, I thought I would use the jelly instead of fresh strawberries. I do have another jar that I could open, but I think this is enough. I don't want it like overpowering the cake. I just want it a nice flavor. All right. And it does, it's very leaky. Let's see. I am using this cake carrier instead of my glass cake pan because I need a little more base to work around. Last time I used the glass cake stand, there's not much leeway between the lid. And see right here, here's like an inch, so I need that inch. And I made buttercream icing already. My classic buttercream recipe, I have a video on it. I did just enough for one cake. So I am going to ice this. I'll be right back. All right, I now have it iced with the middle layer being the strawberry, and I did put icing on top of that. It's not perfect, but I'm covering it with fondant. I just try to get it as smooth as I can. And now I am going to roll out. So this is a dinosaur thing. So the bait is going to be covered in green fondant, and then I'm going to add green leaves, and I got brown fondant for like tree stems and tree bark and all that. So so basically just going to cover it with green leaves to be like a jungle. All right, I got the Wilton's green fondant, and so I have to knead it for a little bit to make it softer. And I definitely learned last time I used fondant is it does dry quickly, so I'm not gonna like mess around. I'm just gonna work on like I'm not even opening the brown yet until I'm ready for the brown, because the last time I had a problem with a lot of my colors drying out. So this is really good fondant. It is definitely easy to roll. You don't have to knead it as much as other fondant I've had. It's already getting pretty soft. But I want to knead it to just make it a little more easy to roll. And then I'm going to use powdered sugar, spread it on the table so it doesn't stick to my countertop. I've already washed my countertop. And some people say use cornstarch, but I just use powdered sugar. So that way it won't stick to my countertop and it won't stick to my rolling pin. And I did buy this big rolling pin. When I was in Vegas, I watched a bunch of videos on how to cover a round cake because I knew I would do this for my husband when I got back. And so it definitely seems like having this huge rolling pin is essential. So let me get this rolled out and see how it works. Alright, I got the Wilton's green fondant, and so I have to knead it for a little bit to make it softer. And I definitely learned last time I used fondant is it does dry quickly, so I'm not gonna like mess around. I'm just gonna work on I'm not even opening the brown yet until I'm ready for the brown, because the last time I had a problem with a lot of my collars drying out. So this is really good fondant. It is definitely easy to roll. You don't have to knead it as much as other fondant I've had. It's already getting pretty soft. But I want to knead it to just make it a little more easy to roll. And then I'm going to use powdered sugar, spread it on the table so it doesn't stick to my countertop. I've already washed my countertop. And some people say use cornstarch, but I just use powdered sugar. So that way it won't stick to my countertop and it won't stick to my rolling pin. And I did buy this big rolling pin. When I was in Vegas, I watched a bunch of videos on how to cover a round cake because I knew I would do this for my husband when I got back. And so it definitely seems like having this huge rolling pin is essential. So let me get this rolled out and see how it works. Alright, I rolled it out and put it on top of the cake. Now this is the tricky part I gotta remember on the video. So I got this smoother. It's just to smooth out the top. I'm not completely flat, I see that. And then maybe I should have rewatched the video this morning. Okay, so then you push it down and then kind of pull, and then push. Pull and push. Pull and push. And then, let's see, that's going to be where I'll come back to that part because that's where my main crease is going to be. Let's see, let's start on this side. Oh, this side's going to have a crease too. I can't remember how she got rid of the crease. Pull. I'm not worried about it being completely perfect if there's a crease because I know I can cover it with a leaf. So I'm just like pulling and pushing so it adheres to the side of the cake. I might even in the camera away. Okay. And then this is where it's the ending where it gets tricky. So she said just pull it. Pull it. Alright. Oh. Okay, remember the white you're seeing is powdered sugar, so oh, that's a little icing. The white is powdered sugar. Okay, so then this is going to be where I didn't quite understand how to stop that last crease. Okay, so then I got my cutter. And then I think what she just did was cut it and then pull. Oh my god, did I not get it far enough? That's icing. Oh yeah, I pushed a lot of icing out. Okay. Oh shoot, I shouldn't push it too hard. Alright, you gotta keep in mind, this is my first one. So I will definitely be making leaves to cover up my flaws. I did put a lot of icing on it, so the icing is being smushed out. Alright, let's see what this looks. Pull. Pull, pull, pull. I don't want powdered sugar anymore. Okay. That one has buttercream on it. Oops. Oh no. My strawberry jelly is leaking out. Alright, that's okay. I'll cover all these flaws with leaves. Okay, that's looking pretty good for my first try. Alright. So I got a couple flaws at the bottom, but I'm going to smooth this out with my smoother, wipe off all this icing, and then start making the leaves. Okay, this is the fondant I had left over from covering the cake. I did take a couple pieces off. Any of the pieces that had the icing on it, I'm not going to use that because I didn't want to mix that in. But, so these are Wilton Leafs cookie cutters that I bought today, or fondant cutters. So I'm just going to see how many leaves I can get with this leftover fondant. And then I have this paper chef sheet that I'm just going to stick the leaves on. See how this works. And then I'm just going to do 2 of each size to start off with. 1, 2, that size. Remember, so the reason that I like using the sugar, powdered sugar instead of cornstarch is it wipes off easy, and if you don't wipe it all the way off, you know, everyone likes the taste of powdered sugar. I don't know about the taste of cornstarch, so let's see. Oops. So anyway, I'm going to make a bunch of these leaves. I'm going to use all the fondant of the green and make all these leaves. And then I will roll out the brown and make trees. Alright, for the trees, I got chocolate fondant. There's no way I'm going to use this whole thing, so I am going to just pull it in half. And then, oh my god, it smells good. It smells like chocolate. Just look at that. Oh my god, it does smell like, what is this? It smells like fudge icing is what it smells like. So I will think of another use for the rest. Maybe I'll make cupcakes with a decoration next week. So, oh my god, look at that. Doesn't that look like fudge? So I'm going to take half and then take this other half and put it in a Ziploc bag. Because remember, this fondant dries out pretty quickly. Well, not like in 5 minutes or whatever, but it could take like an hour to make a cake. It will dry out. Alright, let me get all the air out of that. Alright, save that for later. So now with this brown, I thought about it, I'm actually going to roll a long roll and put a strip around the bottom of the cake to cover the flaws of my imperfect edging. And then I bought letters, so I'm going to spell out Jurassic World. And then I am going to make vines to put the leaves on. So, oh my god, this smells so good. This smells like, you know, like when you open a chocolate icing, like a store-bought chocolate icing, this is what it smells like. It smells really good. So, oops. Alright, so let me get this rolled out and then I will cut out letters first. Alright, let's see if this works. So it's J. Oh my goodness, this is going to be hard. It does have a little pokey thing. Oh, come on. Oh, I poked it too much. I don't think I like that. Alright, let's try it again. J. Okay, that one came out without. Okay. This is gonna be tricky. Tricky. Alright. Let me think about this. I gotta think about this. Give me a second. Alright, I really like these letters. It's just when you have to, sometimes they come out easily, and sometimes when you have to poke them, it leaves little poke marks. So, I could smooth that out. Not really worried about it right now, because it gives it just like a little natural look. But, yeah, so it has these, I really recommend, it's got these 2 trays. It even has numbers. Let me get that chocolate out of there. I think this was like 20 bucks. 20 bucks at Michael's, well worth it. I'll definitely be using those in the future. I like these little letters. Okay, so I spelled out. See that? Spelled out Jurassic World. Alright, so now I am going to decorate it, and the way that I attach fondant to fondant is I just take a little Caro syrup, and then I just take a paintbrush. I only use these for food, and just dab a little Caro syrup on the back, and it will stick to that. The stores sell like specific fondant, like glue, edible glue. I'm 99% sure this is corn. It's corn syrup. That's all it is. Could be something different, but I just go with corn syrup. So anyway, I'm going to make some more decorations, and then I will show you when I'm done. Alright, I'm almost done. So I have all the leaves on it. Let's see. So it's Jurassic World. I just decorated leaves and trees. I didn't go overboard. I'm just trying to be subtle. And then, so the final thing I'm going to do is I bought this Lego kit because I want this Raptor and Owen to be like right here on the cake. So this actually might be the hardest part. I have to put these 2 guys together. And there it is, Robert's Jurassic World cake. I think it turned out pretty good. It actually ended up taking me 3 hours. I know, I'm slow, but it's the first time I've ever covered a round cake in one piece. When I made one piece of fondant. When I made Abby's Loot Llama, that was several pieces to piece together. Doing one huge piece to cover a round cake is not easy, but it is possible. For a novice like me, for anyone, it is possible, and I think it looks so much better than just icing. So anyway, I am going to get the counter cleaned up and grab my husband's presents, and he's been nice working in his office this morning, and so he hasn't seen it yet, so I need to wipe down the counter, get some presents, and see his reaction. Alright, here is his cake, some presents I got him, and the Lego kit that he can have that I needed for that. For the props, I think it turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you later.